Hi everyone, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I've already done a reaction video to Meg Thee Stallion. I think back in November when she made a Thanksgiving dinner for her then boyfriend Clay Thompson and his family. So before I get into my opinion, I am giving a disclaimer. I don't like to give disclaimers, and I always say that I'm not going to give disclaimers, but here we are. If you are looking for a sisterhood, propping her up, she's a queen no matter what, you are on the wrong channel. I do not uplift 304s or women that carry themselves as such. And the reason I'm saying this is because Meg Thee Stallion is the poster child for 304s. I'm reading the comments online, and the amount of women who are crashing out over this woman because she had to break up with the pretty boy, rich basketball player. So they thought that he was going to make an honest woman out of a 304. And as I've said on my channel before, multiple times, there used to be a delineation between the types of women. I'll say 60 years ago. I used to say 50 years ago. There was the fun time girl, and there was the woman that a man could proudly take home to his mother. Those days are gone, as the so-called good girl, decent girl is close to the 304 type of women now. And men cannot differentiate between the two. And when I was a young woman coming up, there was this saying that men loved hoes. And they do. And they still do. So you have women today saying things like hoes be winning. A matter of fact, and I'm about to jump ahead of myself, you have a woman telling other women, cheat on your man first in honor of Meg Thee Stallion. Just cheat on your man. And that's one reason why men can't take women like Meg Thee Stallion and the modern women serious today. Because you're getting online, telling men, hey, I'm a hoe. And then you're expecting not to be treated like a hoe. And as I said in my video that I did last year when she made dinner for her, for Clay, I said, I noticed that this woman was not called a pick-me. If she were a more decent type of a woman and carried herself as a woman of propriety, I don't know if that's how you want to say it, they would be calling her all kinds of pick me, male identify, all kinds of names. And as I've said years ago, I noticed that the sisterhood, modern black women, they pick and choose who they support, which is why I pick and choose who I want to support. I support traditional type of women, virtuous type of women, women who respect their bodies, etc., etc. The modern woman respect and encourage the opposite. So, for example, this is what I noticed a long time ago. If a woman was a hoe, a stripper, a baby mama, she could get online and talk about all of her accomplishments. If a man was dumb enough to want to wife up one of those types of women, oh, the sisterhood, oh yes, queen, I know that's right, all kinds of glorious accolades for those types of women. But if it was a clean living type of a woman, virtuous, or at least that's how she was perceived to be, pick me, male identified, that man don't want you. He just using you. Men, they dogs and they this and all of that types of stuff. The reason why women are crashing out over Meg Thee Stallion is because so many of them have lived their lives as fallen women. The fact that women are uplifting this woman, it tells you precisely why Black women are the main ones who are single mothers, high STD rates. I said that in a previous video. I did a video a few weeks ago now, probably a few months ago, where Lisa Ray was asking, why is it women like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian can have high body counts and still prosper in life? And I've already done a reaction to that. You know, if I remember, I'll try to leave it in my description box. But see, women like Meg Thee Stallion and women like her, the reason why Black women can't quote unquote prosper for having high body counts is because we don't have that same marriage standard the way women of other races have. And the reason we don't have the marriage standard is because of the women. Don't nobody fight against marriage as much as Black women. And I can see somebody's imagine somebody's eye twitching right now. It's the men who are supposed to ask the woman for the woman's hand in marriage. But aren't y'all the bubbleheads who are raising these males? Y'all fight to be single mothers. You fight to be hoe bags. And then you somehow expect the men that y'all raised to somehow end up being upstanding male citizens. And the men who do see through y'all's BS and say, you know what, nah, I'm not going to repeat what my mother did to me. I'm going to get married. And in some cases, they might go out of the culture to get their wife. And what do those women call those men? Sassy, zesty, controlling, narcissists. So Black women really cannot compare themselves to women of other races who live like hoe bags because they have a different standard when it comes to marriage. So again, going back to Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, which, by the way, is rumored that he is a male hoe. But I'm not surprised. Tall, light-skinned, mixed actually, rich, halfway decent looking. Of course he's going to have different women throwing themselves at him. Doesn't mean he has to take the bait, but we know that women are going to throw themselves. He doesn't even have to be an NBA player and rich. If he looks like that, women are going to throw their panties at him. But again, women are crashing out because their favorite 304, who they thought was going to get wifed up by this rich, handsome man, fell through. And again, dating is about figuring out if you want to marry somebody or not. Dating was never supposed to be indefinite. It was never supposed to include having children. Women are crashing out because the marriage, dating, and courtship is not what it used to be. Women have allowed dating to turn into indefinite dating and indefinite girlfriend. While breakups hurt, again, decades ago, if you broke up with somebody, you started dating somebody else, couple of weeks, couple of months later, to see, okay, let's see if this person is going to be my person, my spouse. But instead, people play house. They're having porn star sex with each other. They're having children. Marriage is not even they're not even having marriage as an afterthought. That's not how I wanted to word it. But again, women are crashing out because their favorite 304 that they were living vicariously through, they thought that this man was going to make an honest woman of her, and he did not. And she, Megan, had to pull the plug on the relationship. Unless they were talking about actual marriage and they were engaged to be married, he technically wasn't cheating on her if they weren't actually moving towards marriage. That's why you don't shack up. That's why you don't have children out of wedlock. That's why you don't hang on to a dating scenario longer than it needs to be. Some women will not break up with a man because they're hoping that he will change. We don't know what their private conversations were. If he wasn't talking about, hey, I want you to be my wife one day. If he wasn't talking like that, then he wasn't planning on you being his wife. So the breakup was bound to happen anyway. Or she might have been like a lot of these chicken heads out there and got knocked up so she can be tied to that man for 18 years. Women messed up courtship. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and that's my topic.